Hello, my name is Tiffany Chang, and this is Conductor as CEO, where I take ideas from other industries and share how we can apply them as arts leaders. I imagine a world where leaders help people thrive, feeling more valued, seen, and fulfilled, while knowing that their work truly matters. We've all heard change is hard and change is uncomfortable. Now, when we were young learning music, you probably learned something incorrectly at some point. And your teacher might have told you that you need to practice it correctly 10 times before you can override your learned errors. And now, even as adults, you probably have heard someone say that it takes at least 14 days for a new habit to take shape. So we know that change takes dedication and perseverance over time. It's easy to become discouraged, distracted, and even give up in that process. And it makes sense to say that change is hard and uncomfortable. Perhaps Herculean deeds not meant for everyone. However, this all presumes that we have already enlisted ourselves on the journey of change. And sometimes we don't even get started because we don't think we can change. It seems appropriate at this point to bring in the idea of growth versus fixed mindset from psychologist Carol Dweck. A growth mindset means that we believe our intelligence and talent can be developed over time and through effort. A fixed mindset means that we believe our intelligence and talent are inherently fixed and unchangeable. So, do we have growth or fixed mindsets? As musicians, we are extremely adaptive and versatile. We get better at our craft over an entire lifetime. We are excellent learners, achievers, and goal setters. So this sounds like we have a growth mindset, right? We may have a growth mindset about our own abilities, but that doesn't always translate into our belief about our circumstances, like our jobs, our workplaces, our profession's habits and expectations. When it comes to describing workplace challenges, I hear many musicians' comments that sound like this. This is just the way things are. Nothing can be done to make things better. Change won't help. There is no hope. I don't believe that's possible. They're never going to listen. These all sound like a fixed mindset where we don't believe we're capable of growth or change when it comes to our work circumstances. Have you heard someone make a similar comment in your workplace? Have these thoughts crossed your own mind when someone asks you about your job? Now that we notice the presence, perhaps, of a fixed mindset, we can ask, why don't we think we can change? Here are some thoughts that come to mind. We don't think we can change because we are scared, so we avoid thinking about it. We don't know if it's going to work, and we don't want to be on the hook in case it doesn't. It's easier to flee than to fight in some of these cases, and we procrastinate, wanting this change, making this change happen. We don't think that we can change because it would require us to see new things. Daniel Kahneman says, "What I see is all there is." We only know what we know, and we make up stories to confirm our interpretations of the world. It takes proactive effort to consider another story that is not our own, to imagine a different world seen through somebody else's eyes. And this process may jeopardize what we know and forces us to unsee what we believed to be reality. We don't think that we can change because we lack social proof. People are trend followers. The more people think something is correct, the more likely we are to believe it is true, often without further interrogation. At the same time, only a small percentage of us are inclined to be an early adopter. Actually, 13.5% according to marketing research. And there's a risk to be in that early adopter group. Most of us fall into the early or late majority, together making up 68%. And so the large majority of us follow instead of lead. We don't think we can change because we may hold an all or nothing mindset. Sometimes we think that it can only work if we can change everyone. Plus, we want change to happen fast with a flip of a switch. And this is never the case. So when it doesn't happen all at once, effectively affecting a lot of people, we don't think that change is possible. We don't think change is possible because we have no plan. Because we want it to be a quick fix, we don't realize change requires constant maintenance, evaluation, redirection, and goalposts to ensure progress. Without a plan and checkpoints, it is difficult to see that progress, and it seems too daunting. And it's perhaps easier for us to think that we just can't do it. Sometimes we don't think we can change because we don't have a purpose. It may seem like there's no reason to change. We are great at adapting and getting by. We can easily settle for mediocrity. We create stories to be okay living somebody else's reality or chasing somebody else's dreams. So, if we can fly under the radar and survive, why change? What's the fire? What's the cost if we don't change? And finally, we don't believe we can change because we don't have accountability built in. We don't have anyone holding us accountable except for ourselves. It is often the least effective to do something on our own, especially when we don't have a clear purpose or cause for change. We actually do need the support of our community to back us up, to give us feedback, to keep us to our word, and to remind us why we are seeking this change. Now, with so much stacked up against us, it's amazing we even get started toward change. And step one is to simply believe that we can change. To help us believe, we can ask ourselves these questions. How is fear holding you back? Is it rational? What don't you see? Are you a follower or a leader? What's the smallest initial change that would signal progress for you? How would you plan for that small change? And how does it relate to the bigger long-term change? What are the costs if we don't change? And who benefits from your change? If these ideas resonate with you, please consider signing up in the link below to receive an email with each new blog post sent directly to your inbox. Thank you and have a great day.